Welcome into a You Are Nature video here for you guys. Today we're going to be working with the RISE protocol. In this protocol, it's a good one to follow for your mornings or any time that you need a quick pick-me-up with some energy. Our first movement here is called breathing bridges. You're going to plant your feet. You'll be lying on your back. Bring your hands to your lower rib cage. You're going to breathe in for around 5 to 7 seconds. Hold for as long as feels good. Then you're going to exhale in that bridge position. Then you can lower your hips, repeat this cycle. A couple things to pay attention to as you're moving through this movement here. As you breathe in, you want to expand those lower rib cage, pushing your hands outward. As you exhale, you want to contract, so your hands will come back into your center. Again, as we're breathing in, we're thinking expansion. And as we're exhaling, we're thinking contraction. This is a good movement here to practice our breathing mechanics, which are so vital for all of our movements. Our breath is the main prioritized movement of our body. It's what supplies oxygen and energy to the rest of our body. And if our breathing mechanics are off or dysfunctional, you may feel pain in tissues around your body, including your lower back specifically. So learning how to breathe well not only optimizes our energy and our cognitive performance, but it also optimizes our body's tissue and some movement freedom and moving with less pain. We're going to be doing this movement for around 2 minutes here, working at our own pace. So enjoy this movement and learning how to improve our breathing mechanics. All right, next up, we have a lower body flow. We'll be lying on our back to begin, and you're just going to be bringing one knee into your chest as you exhale. Extend that leg out long as you inhale. Exhale, pull that other knee up towards your chest. You can bring your head up to your chest as well. You can bring both knees in. Then we're going to turn one knee over the other leg, twisting our body, trying to keep that other arm out long, keeping your midsection square. Feel a nice stretch through your spine here. Make sure we stay connected with that breath as we move here. Exhaling as we deepen into that stretch. Inhaling, switching sides. Now we're going to get into some frog kicks. You're going to extend both legs out long as you inhale. Exhale, pull them in towards your chest. Now we're going to start to combo these movements and add in a little rock and roll. You can bring your hands to your knees. As you exhale, you're rocking up. You can add in some reaches as well. Starting to bring these rocks into different planes of motion. Rocking around your mat. You can also rock up into a 90-90 position where you got one leg out in front of you in a 90-degree angle. You can hinge over that front leg. Feeling a nice stretch through your hips here. Switching sides to the other leg, so the other leg's up in front. Exhale as you deepen into these stretches. Inhale in a neutral position. Stay connected with that breath throughout this entire video here. We're going to go into a rocking figure 4. You're going to rock up. You can place a hand behind you, rock up onto one leg, sink into your hips here as you rock up into this position. You can also do this with no hands posted behind you as well. And again, now we're going to start to combo all these movements, adding in some flow into our practice. Enjoy playing with these movements and making this practice your own here. In that 90-90 degree position, you can also rock up onto one leg, coming into another figure 4. You can add some reaches into here. Again, finding any movements that work best for your body and your mind right now. Our main purpose of this protocol is to bring more energy into our body, more energy into our mind. So finding any movements, finding any patterns, any rhythms that work best for you to do so. We'll continue this flow for around 20 more seconds. All right, you can rock up into a seated position, bring one arm back behind you, bring the other arm back behind you. Now we're gonna get into an upper and lower body flow. We're gonna start in a bridge position, inverted tabletop. You can bring those hips up to the sky, roll through back those hips back behind you. Keep pressing them up, pressing them backwards, finding the stretches that work for your body. Press up into a bridge position. Then you can bring one arm back behind you, trying to reach far back behind you. Feeling a nice stretch of the side body with this position, as well as showing that spine some love. Then we can kick through into a tripod position and get a lower body stretch through the groin. And then find your transition into a beast crawl. With your knees hovering, you're just going to pick up one arm and the opposite leg. Staying strong through the core. You can also incorporate some spinal waves. Inhale as you drop that back. Exhale as you round that back through, finding some spinal articulations here. You can also add a T-spine rotation where you'll drop one elbow to the opposite elbow as you exhale. Inhale as you turn up towards the sky. Exhale, rotate that arm back behind you. Some great movements for some spinal health here. Now find some transitions that you can add in to flow through these different positions here. Again, making this practice fun, making this practice your own. And we'll move through this for about 40 more seconds. All right, now you can find yourself in that beast crawl position. We're going to sink our hips back, press up into a downward dog position or a deep hinge. You can start marching out those calves, feeling a nice stretch through those calves, trying to press our chest towards our knees. From there, you can exhale and sink into an upward dog position. Find a nice stretch to the front of the body. Sink back into that down dog. We're going to bring one leg to the front of the mat for a deep lunge. Then you're going to rotate towards that leg, dropping that hand back behind you. Feel a nice stretch to the side of your hips. You can perform a couple of these arm rotations there. Sink back to get a nice stretch through the hamstrings. Bring the other leg to the front of the mat. Now we got a deep forward fold. You can stand up, getting some nice spinal articulations here. Feeling a nice stretch through your hamstrings. On this next deep fold, you're going to sink into a deep squat position. If you have to come up on to the balls of your feet, don't worry about it. Switch between that deep squat and that forward fold a couple of times. Now we're going to sink back into that downward position. Now we're bringing that other leg up to the front of the mat, repeating this cycle again. Turning towards that front leg. Feeling a nice stretch through those glutes and those hips. Sink back for that hamstring stretch. Step up to the front of the mat. Now we got that deep fold again. Keep shifting and flowing through these positions as you see fit, finding the stretches that work best for you. Enjoying this stretch and flow for about 40 more seconds. All right, now we're going to move into some breath work for you guys to round out this practice. You can find a seated position or a lying position, whichever is comfortable for you. You can be cross-legged like I am here. You can have your legs out in front of you long, or you can be lying on your back. We're going to breathe in for 4 seconds. We're going to hold or pause for 4 seconds. Breathe out for 4 and pause for 4. We'll keep repeating this. Exhaling for 4. Pausing for 4. Inhale for 4. Pausing for 4. Exhaling for 4. Pausing for 4. Remember, on that inhale, we're thinking expansion. On that exhale, we're thinking contraction. Exhale. Pause. Inhale, expand. Pause. Exhale, contract. And pause. Now we're going to add 2 seconds to each phase. So I'll breathe in for 6 seconds, hold for 6, exhale for 6, pause for 6. And breathe in, pause, exhale, pause, inhale, pause, exhale, pause, inhale, expand, pause, exhale, contract, and pause. Now we're going to move into a breathing technique called tumo. We're going to breathe in powerfully and let go of that breath for 15. And at the end of those 15 breaths, we're going to exhale all that air. We're going in 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, let it go. One more big breath in. Let all that air go. And now we're going to pause that breath. In this meditative pause, I want you to drop into your body, feeling any sensations that may arise in that body, trying to feel that heartbeat, feel the tingling in your fingers and toes, and enjoy this stillness. In 3 seconds, we're going to have a big inhale. Inhale large, hold and squeeze. Tense up all those muscles and let it all go, relaxing yourself. One more big inhale, squeeze. Exhale, let it all go. Take a couple of normal breaths here. You can shake out any other tension that you have in your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. You can open your eyes when you're ready. And that's the end of our practice. I'd like to thank you for joining me today. And remember, you are nature.